What's up, boys? What's going on, man? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever, whenever you are in the world, welcome. You're listening to Just My 2 Cents. It's Monday. It's March 27th. The year is 2023. We're in the future. Shout out to everyone. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Got a lot to talk about today. I'm going to recap a couple things. First thing I'm going to recap is week 4 of Mr. Arkansas's Mecca, season 10. And then I'm going to recap UFC San Antonio, which is UFC on ESPN 43. If I can clear my fucking throat. But yeah, I'm going to talk about those two events mostly. We got a 2-week break before the next UFC card. I probably won't talk too much about that fight card necessarily. Might get into it a little bit, but it's mostly just going to be a recap show. Got 2 weeks to talk about the next card, and yeah. But yeah, man, what's up? How's everyone doing? Hope y'all had a good weekend. Mine was pretty good. Mecca was crazy. This fight card, I'm going to talk about it a little more in a minute, but it kind of sucked. I thought the UFC, as far as entertainment value and just overall production, I thought it kind of sucked. But I'll talk about that a little more in detail here in a little bit. Yeah, I got a big cup of coffee here. I have a casual toke here in a second. And yeah, just getting warmed up, boys. Just getting warmed up here. Well, things did not go my way in the boxing world. I don't know if you guys saw this fight. It was a fucking good fight. This fight delivered. I thought the UFC fight card was pretty shitty, but this fight card actually delivered. I don't know if y'all caught this, but David Benavidez beats Caleb Plant by unanimous decision. He beat him up down the stretch. I thought that Plant would be able to stay on the outside a little better. I got to give Benavidez credit, man. He got himself in shape for this fight. I was worried that, or I wasn't worried, but I was hoping that it would like drain him a little bit, but he rehydrated really well. And I was impressed by his like tenacity to not get frustrated, because Caleb Plant was winning. He won the first half of the fight. I think I gave Benavidez one of the earlier rounds. It was like round 3, I think. Round 2 or 3, maybe 4. I gave him one of the earlier rounds, and I gave him every round past round 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They were all Benavidez rounds. He hurt Caleb Plant several times. Plant was able to hang on for fucking, and I mean, he hung on for dear life. So I got to give Benavidez credit. I got to eat crow here. I was talking big about Caleb Plant. I've been doing it for a while now. I guess you can say I maybe underestimated Benavidez a little bit. I just thought he was being overrated. I didn't like some of the things that I had seen in previous fights, and I thought he was being a little bit overhyped. But he's the real deal, man. He's the Mexican monster. The hype was real. He is a bruiser. He's a Terminator style motherfucker. He just marches you down, and he hits hard. It's not one punch knockout power, but he hurt Plant several times down the stretch, and he beat him up, and it was a pretty clear Benavidez decision. I don't think he like washed him or like he was getting frustrated early. Plant was staying on the outside, pot shotting him. He just, yeah, Benavidez just had a little bit more power. Plant, the speed was similar. Plant was faster earlier, and it's not like Benavidez is slow. I just thought Plant would have a speed advantage. I thought the power would be similar. That was not the case. A lot of people were saying that wasn't going to be the case beforehand, but I was like, Plant is not like as pillow-fisted as some people say. Benavidez is not as like Deontay Wilder-esque as some people like to make him out to be, but he still hits hard, and he hurt Plant, and he won. So I got to eat crow. Just got to get that out of the way. I did have a tiny bet on Plant, so burn that one. And yeah, crow for me. Credit to Benavidez, though. He's a beast. But I did like to see them. It looks like they buried the hatchet. It's pretty hard to go 12 rounds with a guy and beat the shit out of each other and still be like, fuck you at the end. You know what I mean? Like, that's, dude, they basically like earned each other's respect. They went there and punched each other in the face for 30 minutes. It's like, it's hard to like, you kind of get it all out of your system, I would imagine. It looks like that's what happened. He was hugging Jose Jr., hugging Jose Sr., hugging Benavidez. Like, it was that I did like to see that, man. It made the fight interesting, like the beef and all that, but it is nice at the end of the day to see it squashed. I think they kind of beat the respect out of each other, honestly. I know Benavidez beat it out of Plant, but I think Plant earned Benavidez's respect. He did land some hard punches. He snapped David's head back a few times, but nothing really hurt him. And Benavidez had the power advantage, and yeah, definitely won the last half of the fight. So I had it 7-5. I think maybe could have it 8-4. 8-4 is probably about as wide. It's pretty tough to give Benavidez more than a couple rounds before round 7. I think Plant won most of the early rounds. I think I gave him, like I said, I think I had it 7-5 for Benavidez, but he definitely won. Shout out to both of them, man. Those are the kind of fights that boxing needs. Two of the best in the weight class stepping up and fighting each other. So shout out to both of them. Big credit to Benavidez. Gotta eat the crow. But that was a good fight, man. Fucking Joey Spencer got exposed. Guy's ass knocked out. I mean, he technically got knocked out. His corner threw in the towel, but keep an eye on Jesus Ramos, dude. He beat the fucking shit out of Joey Spencer. Dropped him with a hook early, like in the first round. Spencer hits hard, but and Ramos is a good fighter. Jesus Ramos is a really fucking good undefeated prospect. So that's not like shameful to lose to him, but Spencer is just going to have to go back to the drawing board, dude. The defense isn't there. He counts on his power to get him out of trouble. Like he'll just stand there and like he was returning fire. Like it was a good fight, but he just couldn't take it, man. He couldn't take the punishment, and he was on his way to probably getting knocked out cold. So I think it's a good decision for his corner to throw in the towel. It was not looking good, man. He was getting really beat up. And it's just like, why? This isn't your night. You're clearly not ready just yet to like fight. Like you need to do a little bit more can crush and work on your defense and game planning. Like I think Joey Spencer's dad is his trainer. He was like yelling at him to like not fight the way he was fighting. He just wouldn't listen. So yeah, go back to the drawing board for him. But hey, man, Jesus Ramos, that's another 154-pound prospect to keep your eye on if you're a boxing fan. But yeah, I just want to get that out of the way. Good boxing fights this weekend. Jose Ramirez knocked out Richard Comey, left hook to the body. It was nasty. That was a good ass fight too, man. I had that on in the background, muted, so it was like I had a shout out to Mr. Arkansas. I was listening to the Mecca, and then I had the Caleb Plant fight. I had the Mecca in one ear, the Caleb Plant fight in the other, and then I was watching Ramirez and Comey. But that was a good. If I hadn't been watching Plant Benavidez, that would have definitely been watching that because that was a good fight too. Anyways, man. All right, that's the boxing talk. Just getting warmed up here. About to get into launching into the stream properly. Do this Mecca recap. But I want to get a little bit more toked up first. Mecca was awesome. The UFC fights kind of sucked. The boxing was awesome, and the Mecca was awesome. High-level, action-packed boxing fights doesn't really get much better for me. I mean, yeah, like a high-level, like, striking affair in the UFC, yeah, that'll do it too. But, man, just the boxing is what I like most in the octagon. I mean, I like kicks too, but, yeah, I like when they throw in them hands. And boxing, man, it really hasn't. I get why people don't follow boxing. It's a very frustrating sport to try and follow in a hardcore way because so many fights don't get made. You know, Fury Usyk isn't getting made now. And everyone's like, who's to blame? Fury or Usyk? You know, for the record, I do think it's Usyk's fault. He did fucking walk away. Regardless of what you want to say about Tyson, I know he fucks around. I know he's dropped the ball several times, but ultimately Usyk walked away from it. It was over. Like he walked away over the purse split for the rematch clause. That's what happened. There you go. That is the end of it. They were in negotiations. Fury said 70-30. Usyk agreed, and it fell apart over the purse split for the rematch. There's a rematch clause, and Usyk wanted 50-50. And they were like, no, you're taking the same thing you got before. And he was like, no. And he walked away. So that's fine if you want to, fine. But I mean, Usyk did walk away from it. So ultimately, like, yeah. Yeah, I wish I had the bubbler, dude. I wish I had the fucking bubbler. I just got the one hitter today. The boss lady's got the bubbler. But yeah, I am taking some baddie booze here. What's up, Anon? What's going on, man? Got the popcorn ready. Bubbler. I like the drama about Tyson Fury taking the padding out of his gloves against Wilder, or that with the one with the egg weight. Fury was leaning on Deontay so much in the third fight. Yeah, I mean, yeah, man. Fury is definitely he's a wily one. I don't. He like the first fight, he had slid his glove down. This is what happened in the first fight. The first fight, he slid his glove down so that he was like, there's a little extra length on his glove, and he's like when he would do these cuffing shots, he would like hit Deontay with like it was weird. He definitely did that in the first fight. In the second fight, Wilder was claiming that he put an egg weight in his glove. He took out the padding, put an egg weight in there, and that's what left the dent. I don't. It was weird. It definitely looked weird. I've been on record saying that I thought the shit looked weird. I don't know if he did it or not, but I thought that he beat. I thought he beat Wilder. This is how I thought about the whole thing. This is what I think about that whole trilogy real quick, and then we'll get to the Mecca. So those were the accusations in the first fight, and it does look like it. It looks like he slid his fist. It looks like he basically like pulled his fist halfway out of his glove. So it gave him extra length. You can see his glove like flopping to and fro. That's what he did in the first fight. In the second fight, Wilder alleged that he took padding out of his glove and put an egg weight in there, like they kind of use for fishing. I don't know if that's true or not. It did look weird. The glove looked weird. I'll say that, but I don't know if he did it or not. In the third fight, he just beat him. They're great fights though, and I thought in the first fight that Wilder kind of got robbed. I thought he did. He knocked him out cold. He knocked him out cold. Fury woke up from being knocked unconscious. It was a long count. I thought Wilder kind of got robbed there, but it is what it is. Fury got the better of him over 3 fights. Fury's a little bit more complete of a fighter. I thought his work with Sugar Hill, he worked on his power, man, for sure. He showed that in the Dillian White fight. Fury's that dude, which is kind of why I don't know, man. I think Usyk kind of ducked the smoke. Fury is a way tougher fight than Anthony Joshua. He just is. I don't know, man. Now you can say it's Fury's fault, but I don't know. I don't want to spend too much time talking about it, but yeah, for the record, I think Usyk looked like he was down to take whatever, and then but see, that's the thing. You can't be all cool with taking 70-30 like it's nothing and then let it fall apart over a rematch clause. He probably thought he was going to lose anyway. He's like, no, if I lose, because like, yeah, if Fury beats him, it's like, no, you're not getting. If I whoop you, I'm not splitting the purse with you on the rematch. That's ridiculous. So I think Usyk wanted some guaranteed money because I think he knew he was going to lose. I don't know, man. I think Usyk's a little overrated. I think Joshua's overrated and Usyk's overrated. But what up, Ear? This morning, shout out to you, my dude, fellow Highlander. I'm about to get to that here in just a second, man. We got a little crew in here now, so yeah, it's just about time for Mecca talk. Shout out to the Rabbit Dog. But dude, this morning, shout out to who's my fake sponsor today? I think it's Strain, maybe SunMed. Whoever it is, it's K-Mac today. The menu today, boys, is K-Mac and Gas Cake. Gas Cake is Strain. I know that's Strain. But I think the K-Mac might be SunMed, actually. But shout out to both of them. Got the one hitter. Got a little flour ground up. God, I hate calling it flour. Why do I do that now? Got some nugget ground up. Yeah. Fury's been accused of doing that before. He did that in the Steve Cunningham fight where he just he tied up with him, he laid on him. He put his forearm in Steve Cunningham's neck and basically used it to frame off of it and knock him out cold. But yeah, Fury's a wily one, man. He definitely does some dirty shit. He's been popped for steroids before. He's a little dirty. There's no doubt about it. But skill wise, I also think he's the best boxer. I don't know. I think he would have fucked up Usyk. Usyk was getting tuned up by Derek Chisora. He got tuned up a little bit by Anthony Joshua. Fury is so much like he's bigger, he's longer, he's stronger. I think he's a better defensive boxer. Usyk you might say Usyk has better footwork, but he still gets hit, man. He's not some fucking like I say this all the time. He's not some white shadow. Everyone thinks he's this defensive mastermind. The fuck he is. He was getting touched up by Tony Bellew. Everyone says I'm crazy for that. Go watch that fight. Go watch the early rounds of that fight. He was getting fucking touched up by Tony Bellew. I was like, whoa. Derek Chisora marked him up. Joshua marked him up. It's like, dude, you fucking like Fury won't even fucking have to like get close to you. Like he'll just stand at range and fucking jab you. I don't know, man. I think Fury would have fucked him up. I think Usyk walked away from that. I think Usyk ducked the smoke, but that's just me. Oh yeah, back in the day. Yeah. It's like for every awesome fight, there's something like this where like this shit just falls apart. It's like this was for undisputed, man. I'm sorry, like that, and I got to put some blame on Fury, but I do agree. Usyk. Let me say it like this. I agree that they're both somewhat at fault. I blame Usyk a little bit more though. This is for everything, man. This is for all the belts. Fury is the bigger star. Don't get that twisted for a second. Fury is the bigger draw. That there's no question about that. Usyk might have more belts, but I'm sorry. Fury is the bigger name. Unquestionably, dude. Unquestionably. So yes, I do think he's the A side. He's a tougher fight than Joshua. He's a tougher stylistic matchup. He's a bigger name. So yeah, he's the A side. And Usyk walked away over a rematch purse split. Rematch clause purse split. Which means he was just trying to make sure he got his money. He knew he wasn't going to beat Fury. Wanted to make sure he got money in the rematch. It's like, I don't know, man. I'm not trying to sound like a fucking Tyson Fury White Knight, but it's just like, everyone's like shitting on Fury. Oh, he does. Like, nah, dude. That is Anthony Joshua fans, dude. AJ fans hate Fury. And now they have nothing to stand on. AJ got bitched by Usyk. He got bitched by Andy Ruiz. The shine is gone off of AJ. I'm sorry. Like, Tyson Fury would fucking destroy Andy Ruiz. Wilder would destroy Andy Ruiz. So I just don't buy, like, that Fury is scared of Usyk. Like, Wilder is way more dangerous than Usyk, and he fought him 3 fucking times. I'm sorry, that's a tougher fight than Usyk. Way more dangerous. The risk, like Wilder sat Fury down 4 times. Like I said, Usyk had a fucking reasonably competitive fight with Derek Chisora. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm smoking on Bhutanese Shadow Garden Dark Evil Pack. It's so purple, it should be asking me, where's Ronald? She'll turn your pacemaker off. She'll stop your damn heart. Oh, shit. It must be someone I blocked. Anon having getting into it with an invisible troll that I can't see. You haven't said anything relevant. Don't complain. Work on your comments. Yeah, that is one that I've always like. I always double check myself on the your and your. You are and the possessive your. Yeah. I don't know who is I'm curious to see. It's probably pubes. But like I said, let me see if I can see it on YouTube. Let me cheese my own cheese here. Look at my own. Shout out to the 5 people in the building. We're about to talk about Mecca, dude. Yeah, I can't see them. I can't see them on YouTube or cannot see them on YouTube or StreamYard. I don't know if it's BK because I don't have BK blocked. I don't have his like new. I think it's Pubes, man. Pubes, come on, dude, get it together, bro. You don't even need to do that. You can just hang out and listen. Anyway, man, it's time. We're almost half an hour into this thing. Let's talk about some fucking Mecca, dude. There's 6 people in here. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. All right, boys. If you're just joining me now, the stream has actually started. Shout out to the rabid dog, Mr. Arkansas. If you want to know what the fuck I'm talking about, if you don't already, subscribe to that channel that you see down there on the ticker. This is the 10th season of this competition. It is the most challenging psychological and mental competition on YouTube. It isn't just predictions. It isn't just a social game challenge. It's both. You have to have skill as a predictor. You have to have some degree of a social game. And you're going to need a little bit of luck too. To make a deep run in the Mecca, you need all of those things. It's a little bit different in a tournament format. Season 5 was the only exception, really, where it was like, it is just your picks and you cannot fuck up 1 week. But even then, that's a little bit different too, because it's like, you can't, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I lost my fucking train of thought. Yeah, you need all of it. You have to be able to predict these fights consistently. That is probably the single most important thing, because if you do consistently predict fights well, you're going to avoid having to like use the social, like count on how cool you are with people and how much people like you to save your ass. But in this season in particular, this season is a little bit different because of the kill points. The kill points have really kind of changed the game. It's changed the approach to the social aspect of it, and it's also changed the approach to the vote offs. The vote offs and who gets eliminated have become more important than ever. And that is just, I don't know, man. That's a big part of it, because now this, as opposed to other seasons, in the finale, it's not just who wins finale night. It's not just who wins the last week. You have to have the most kill points too. And if that ends up being a tie, you got to go to the kangaroo court, which is the last 9 people that were in the game. And there's an alternate too, which I like that too. I like the alternate because that's how a jury works. I had to go do jury duty recently, and yeah, they had a couple alternates. So I think that's a good idea, especially the way shit's been going, man. You gotta have a contingency, man. But yeah, shout out to Art, dude. This has been a crazy ass season. I think he's handled the hosting of it pretty well. There's been some close calls on some firings and some things that have had to be like rearranged and reshuffled and stuff. And I think he's done a pretty good job of handling it. This season has been fucking wild. It has been fucking wild. We're in the thick of it. I'd say we ain't in the thick of it. I'd say we're over halfway, dude. This is season 4, well over half. Oh God, Strickland's burner. Who is that? Who is that? He might be a fucking guru. Fucking Beanie Boy troll. Yeah, anyways. What up, General? Shout out to the General Alex Ramirez. You can go ahead, Anon. I'll just let you. I'm gonna skip over the banter, but if it's Mecca related, I'll. What up, Jackie boy? Northern England's finest. Yeah, so Kangaroo Court is basically if it goes to the end, let's say there's 2 people in the final, player A actually wins the finale, but player B has more kill points. You have to win both of those categories to win the Mecca. So if it's split, then the Kangaroo Court is the determining factor. They will break the tie, and there's 9 people on the Kangaroo Court jury, so that should take care of it. And there's an alternate if someone ends up falling out of that or isn't there or whatever. But yeah, Kangaroo Court will be fucking wild, dude. Shout out to the 8 people in the building flirting with 10. Can we get double digits? What do you think, Jack? How you feeling, Jackie boy? What's the weather like over there? It is warm, but it's really gloomy. It looks like it's about to rain. Anyways. So it's been a crazy season, man. This is week 1 into 5, dude. God, this is crazy, man. This Mecca has I'm telling you, dude, when you're in the Mecca, when you're participating in the Mecca, especially if it goes long, like if you're still in it towards the end, this shit feels like a blur. I joke about the rules of time and space not applying, but it almost feels like that, dude. It almost feels like you're participating in this contest in another dimension almost. It's wild. It's like a fucking intergalactic tournament or something. That's what it feels like. So this is week 4. If you're just joining me, like and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to Mr. Arkansas. Mecca Season 10, Week 4 recap right here, right now. Coming into this week, there were 9 of us left. These were the Nasty 9. Shout out to all of them. This was a bloody ass Mecca night, dude. 4 people ended up getting eliminated. This was, the Nasty 9 was pretty much cut in half. So it was this week 4 was a parallel Mechaverse. So it was 2 separate games. One was a 5-person game, one was a 4-person game. I'm just going to recap these in the order that Arc took care of it Mecca night. So we'll go to Mechaverse 2. That is the game that was scored and recapped first. So that's what I'm going to do as well. So Mechaverse 2. We know what happened. We know what fucking happened, boys. I told y'all. I fucking told y'all, dude. Your boy is always good for one, at least. I don't know, man. I'm feeling pretty good about this season. Eyes on the prize. I'm not gonna let this go to my head too much. It feels good to get Highlander though. I needed this. This wasn't just just like, oh yeah. I mean, I do like being Highlander. I was joking about it Saturday. Like, I like to fucking like lord over the people I'm gonna fucking eliminate, and I like to have a little fun with it, dude. It's fun to like get up on there and flex and like I don't know, man. It's it's a competition. It's like it's a high stakes game. It's you got to have some fun with it. But not only that, but I needed this, dude. With the kill points, I needed Highlander. I needed to get a kill point that was all my own. Like, I haven't won this motherfucker yet, but almost every season, your boy carries out a fucking high profile assassination in the Mecca. And this season was no exception, dude. Took me 4 weeks, but I got Highlander on my side. I didn't end up being the Overlord Highlander, but we'll get to that. But yeah, got it done. This was a little bit, I would say this is a little bit tougher of the side. There was less room for error. Only the top score was going to be safe. And there, I mean, I did have a lot of power. I did have quite a bit of power. But this is what happened. So I get Highlander. I pretty much knew I'd had my mind made up before the end of the fight card. Like, I already knew, I had my mind made up. If I do get Highlander, this is who I want to eliminate. It's tough because you never really know how Ark is going to carry out the actual like delegating of the Highlander power, because it seems to be a little bit like, I'm telling you, man, the dude is a mad scientist for this shit. So you get, there's a Highlander every week. The Highlander gets power every week, but his powers are always just a little bit different. Like, sometimes you play the fucking game of death where the doors of death where you pick players behind certain doors. Some people get saved. You can decide, you know, sometimes it goes down like that. I didn't know if I was going to have to play a game like that. So that kind of, it keeps you on your toes, and it kept me on my toes. Like, I knew the two people that I wanted to eliminate, but because I didn't know exactly the order in which I'd be able to do it, I didn't know if I was going to have to select doors. I didn't know if I was going to get to save somebody, or, I didn't know. Like, you never really fucking know. And I do think that's an interesting aspect of the game. And it's like, it makes it a little challenging too, because even when you do get the top scores, like, you really got to think about how you want this to go down, because there's always a new twist. So yeah, shout out to Ark for that. But I did know who I wanted to eliminate. But what made it a little tricky is that I thought what was going to happen was I was going to save one of them, and then I just get to kill one of them right there. But because it was a vote, I was like, fuck, dude. I know I cannot talk all this fucking big game about getting Cage out of there. And because this is what I was worried about. I was worried that if this is what happened. Ark allowed me to save somebody. I saved Anon because I knew that I was going to eliminate, if I could, Bab and Cage. But because it was a vote, I was like, okay, I can't fuck this up, because I didn't know. Like, let's say I went to Anon and I was like, yo, let's get Bab out of there. Whatever. I didn't know if I was going to have to choose between two doors. I didn't know if it was going to be like, one of these guys is going to get eliminated, one of them's going to get saved. You just got to pick a door. I did not want to risk that. So, and I was pretty sure that because I saved Anon, he would be, open to suggestion. So it worked out. And I mean, y'all saw what happened, dude. It was the ultimate RKO. Cageroni bites the dust. I mean, I hate to say it, but I did call my fucking shot with that shit, dude. I told you, Cage. I told you what happens when we're in the Mecca together. You don't make it. Only one safe person, only one safe in the four-person game was insane, getting two eliminated. Yeah, man. You're lucky you had a horseshoe up your ass. Yeah, it was a little tougher. Yeah, put her there, partner. Put her there, pard. Good shit, man. There can be only 2 cents. The Highlander. Yep, that's right. There can be only one. Yeah, I need to watch that movie, man. I haven't seen Highlander in a while. It's a sweet 80s movie. Got a dope soundtrack. Here we are, born to be kings. We're the princes of the. God, I gotta sing the voice. All right, so I missed my calling. So that's what happened. I couldn't risk it, man. I didn't know what was gonna happen after that. It's all just like you just got to keep your head on a swivel and play it by ear. No pun intended. So Cage Arona gets the first chop, and yeah, I already knew that Bab was going to get it. I didn't. I didn't. I thought I was hoping that I would get to do this to Cage, make this single kill, but I mean, I pretty much orchestrated Cage's elimination anyway, but I couldn't risk it, man. Um, I couldn't fucking risk it because I didn't know what was going to happen. So yeah, it doesn't matter the order. It doesn't matter who I kill first, who I kill second. You're all gonna fucking die. You're all gonna fucking die. Mecca 10 is mine. So, like I've been kind of alluding to, Bab's elimination, I knew I was gonna get rid of Cage. That was the first that I'm a man of my word. If it is the last thing I do, Cage is not gonna repeat. So that's what happened. When it was down to Anon and Bab, it was like I was joking about it Saturday, like Anon comes to the channel a little bit more. That wasn't really it, but that was just another like, okay, there's no question now. It was really about the kill points. And that's what a lot of my thought process has been is like who has the most kill points and who do I think is most likely to get eliminated? It's juggling those two things. But as far as I'm concerned, yeah, the target for me is whoever has the most kill points. Survive, get to the end, and make sure you have the most assassinations. Makes this season a little that the strategy's a little bit different this season. Because I don't know, Ark's been keeping the kill point tally, uh, playing that close to the vest. You can probably figure it out. Like you could probably go back through the streams and like add it all up. But yeah, I knew that Bab had already gotten Highlander, so I was pretty sure that he had at least, if not more, probably had like one or two more kill points than Anon. Because I think Anon was on. Yeah, in fact, I know he did because Anon was on the team of the terrorists, and they get things crashed. So yeah, I was pretty sure that Bab had more kill points than I think he does. So that made that easy, but the other was just icing on the cake. Foregone conclusion. But yeah, Cage had to go. There won't no fucking way I was gonna let Cage win the fucking Mecca without me being in it, and then him come back and repeat with me in the motherfucker. Nah, dude, that won't happen. Yeah, yeah, Bab definitely had more than that. So yeah, Bab had to go. Bab had to go, boys. So that was Mecca verse 2. That's what happened in the 4-man game. It was crazy. Your boy emerged triumphant, saved Anon, killed the other two. Let's fucking go. Shout out to the Rabbit Dog, Mr. Arkansas. Make sure you subscribe to that channel. Give the streams a view. Give them a like. Follow the Mecca. It's the craziest fucking competition there is, especially on YouTube. In this community, there's nothing more difficult, man. The pressure, nah, dude. Nah, it's the pressure of a fucking dying star, dude. It's the density of a dying star. You don't know the kind of pressure that unless you've been in the Mecca, you don't understand. Again, you make predictions every week. It's like, oh yeah, I know I'm gonna make them, whatever. Make them in the Mecca, dude. The consequences, there's no room for error. The consequences are so much steeper, and there's a little money at the end of it, a little pot of gold at the end of the Mecca rainbow. For real though, it's crazy. The shit's tough, very very difficult. I've never won the Mecca, but I've gotten close. And dude, so I can't say like I know what it takes to win the Mecca, but I can only imagine the pressure that you feel just going weeks and weeks and weeks into it is crazy enough. So that was, like I said, that was Mecca verse 2. Mecca verse 1 was the 5-man game. My dude Ear gets it done. The Mecca verse Highlander. And he saved my old bud Scorpion picks. Justin was another person that had a horseshoe up his ass Saturday night. Old bro picks. He got his pump in. He got his drink on. Went out to bars. Got saved. New fucking haircut. Fucking skanks. Jaeger bombs. Jaeger bombs. Well, the first elimination on this side was a fucking heartbreaker, dude. Shout out to my dude, Aaron the dog. Aaron the Dizzle got the chop. I'll say this, man. For a rookie, I know he didn't have like the best scores, but for a rookie, he made it pretty far. It's like his social game is pretty strong, man. And I mean, I get why they did it. He was due for a big week. So if they had left him alive, it might it could have come back to bite Ear or whoever else. So I get that. I get why he was voted out. But yeah, broke my damn heart. Shout out to my dude Aaron the dog. He's been going through some shit lately, man. But yeah, that one was tough. And yeah, because there were 5 people, the 2 top scores got saved. So Ear was obviously Highlander. Nick got saved, and then the bottom 3 were obviously Aaron Bro picks, Chris. Ear saved my dude Scorpion pick, so it was between Aaron and Chris. And yeah, Aaron got it. No! Why? So yeah, then it was between um then it was between Chris and Bro Picks. So Bro Picks got saved the first time, and then he got saved a second time, dude. Anon Adham, and UFC Bro Picks. Very fortunate. Very, very fortunate. Because they were both up for elimination. So I'm saying, dude, you need consistent picks. You have to have a little bitty bit of a fucking social game. You have to be able to communicate with people a little bit. And you need fucking luck. Even in some of these scores, dude. Like this past week, I'm going to talk about it here in a minute, but dude, I was very fortunate to get Highlander. A couple, like one fight, I don't nail one perfect. I get one method of victory wrong, and I'm not Highlander, and I'm probably getting eliminated. There was zero fucking room for error in Meccaverse 2. And Meccaverse 1, there wasn't a whole lot of room for error. There was very little room for error in that game too. Even in game 2, even in game 1, most of the players were up for elimination. So there was very little room for error in that one. And not a whole lot was separating the scores. This was a rough card, man. Nobody in the Mecca cracked 500. Rough, dude. Rough picking. Like, Ear was Overlord Highlander, but, you know, that's outscoring me by one method of victory, basically. Getting a semi-perfect over me. Very, very little room for error. I'd be bad by 10 fucking points, dude. Game of inches, boys. But yeah. Yeah, shout out to Chris, the bipolar Jedi, Chris Maul, Darth Chris. Ear chopped his damn head off. No. So yeah, man. Rough one, dude. Fucking bloody ass Mecca, man. Bloody fucking Mecca. A lot of deaths, dude. Public executions. Overlord. What up? What up, Unity? My first Highlander, and if you never got one before, you don't realize how difficult having that much power can be. Yeah, man. With great power comes great responsibility. It sounds like it's all fucking wine and roses, but dude, you have these people's fucking mecha destinies in your hands. I like it, dude. I like it. I like the power, dude. It's sick. I always like to make a little spectacle of it. For the fans, you got to get kind of gladiatorial with it. It's the Coliseum, dude. Everyone's watching. They want death. They want blood. Everyone's sanguinous. Bloodlust. That's what we want, dude. We want mecha kills. It's all about kill points this season. Mecha is a zero-sum game, dude. I don't know if that's the correct terminology, but there can only be one, man. There can only be one every week, but dude, there can only be one at the very end of the game. I'm swinging this fucking dark saber at every single one of y'all's heads. Hi-oh. God. Prediction guru, man. What a strange fellow. Anyways, so yeah, man, as I've done the last couple weeks, we're gonna do a Mecca moment of silence for the fallen. It was bloody too, man. 4 people went down. 4 Merkenings. 4 Mecca Mercs. So here we go. We'll start this. I'm gonna start at 55:30 and I'll go to 56:30. Moment of silence for the fallen. All right. Till next season, boys. Till next, always next season. And then there were 5. So all was left. Ear, Nick Al, Anon, Scorpion Picks, and yours truly. Damn, big better flick. Chris Duran was never my friend. You were never his friend either. You treacherous piece of shit. No, I'm just playing. So Cardone, dude, are you gonna fucking battle rap Mick or what, man? I know you can spit. Make a diss track. Make a Mick diss track. We need to keep this beef going. I was hoping that him getting on, well, technically it wasn't his debut, but I was hoping that him getting on stream and spitting a little something, spitting a little fire at you would motivate you. Guess not. Guess not. Guess you're too physically weak. Too mentally and physically weak. Can you tell I'm trying to goad you into this? Being pretty subtle about it. No, man, I just want to see the show. I just want to see the fucking show, man. Fucking Arcadia battle rap, dude. Taking it back to 2003. I'm not good enough, Cardone. You have to rep for the South, man. You have to rep for fucking Southern hip hop. You're the only one I ever rap to on stream. I know, dude. How you gonna like? You gonna make a diss track for me? You can't make one for Mick? You can't fucking go one up on Mick? Nice, dude. I want to see that, man. I want to see. I'm here for the show, dude. I'm here for the fucking rap battle. I'll be fucking what's his name? What's Mekhi Phifer's name? In the fucking that'll be fuck. Who would that be in that? Because Mekhi Phifer would be like Ark. So I would be who's another like instigatory person in that movie? I don't know. I'd probably be the tall goofy dude in Eminem's crew. I'm not that fat though. The one that jokes about fucking Kim Basinger. Yeah, dude, keep it going. I'll stoke the fucking fire. I'll stoke the flames. All right. So, anyways, man, that's the final five. Season 10, baby. Mr. Arkansas's Mecca. This thing has become a fucking cultural phenomenon, dude. Transcends different entertainment mediums, different communities overlapping. So let's look at this final five. I don't sleep on any of them. I wasn't sleeping on the Nasty Nine, dude. Anyone that's made it this far, you're dangerous in some way. You either have really good picks, you have a really strong social game, you're a lucky ass motherfucker, or more than in most cases here, it's a combination of the three. There's even less room for error. I feel ready, man. I feel focused. I feel dialed in. I'm gonna give myself a couple days. I need to just clear my head a little bit. This shit's felt like a whirlwind. And as I was saying, man, yes, it's awesome to win the Highlander, but there's more stress in it than you might think. There's more pressure than you might think. Because all of a sudden you get up there and you're like, fuck, dude, what if I make the wrong decision? What if I leave the wrong person alive? That's why I kind of had my mind made up. And you got to stick to your guns, man. Because like I said, it's a little different when you thinking about getting it, knowing you're going to get Highlander. All of that is a little different than when Ark sends you the link. You get on stream and you got to fucking deliver, dude. You got to stand and deliver and chop someone's fucking head off. Can't be a little bitch about it. You just got to fucking get up there and do the thing. So it was fun, but it's also stressful. So I'm going to take a couple days and then really start looking at this card. But it really is anyone's game. Everyone here is dangerous. And no one here is a shitty predictor. Everyone is good predictor, solid to decent social games. And yeah, we've all had a little bit of luck. The kill points are crazy. The kill points have added an extra layer of challenge and stress. Making sure you get as many kill points as possible, making sure your team wins, making sure you're on the right side of these votes. It's not just I don't like this guy, vote him off. No, or I like this guy, I don't want to vote him off. No, there's more to it than that. Who is going to get voted off? Who are more people wanting to get out of there? It's like you can like or hate someone all you want. Do you think they're going to be the one to be eliminated? Do you think most people want them out of the game? So that is where the social aspect of this game has like come into play more so than I thought it would originally going into it. But yeah. No one here has won a Mecca yet. Ear's gotten really close. I've gotten close. Bro Picks has gotten really, really close. I'm trying to remember. Nick Al's never really been bad. I'm just trying to remember like his past like few Mecca performances. I can't remember off the top of my head. And I'm trying to remember Anon too. I just can't really remember. But honestly, man, at this point, it doesn't really matter. There's 2 more weeks of Mecca left. It's gonna be 287, and then the finale night will be Holloway Allen. Dude, they're like, I've glanced at the cards. Just looking at them briefly, they look like fucking tough cards, especially Holloway Allen, dude. That looks like a tough card for predicting. Especially every fucking fight. Every fight matters, man. Every little shitty low level women's MMA, every low level men's fight, every single one of them could determine your fate. So yeah, I need to I feel like I've been redlining it a little bit with the Mecca and the streaming and just thinking about it constantly. That's because it's not just like putting these streams together. It's not just making the picks. It's constantly thinking about it. Like, did I make the right pick? How am I like, did I do enough tape study? Am I overthinking this? Who am I going to eliminate if I get Highlander? Who's the most dangerous in the game right now? It's a lot to process, man. A lot of ins, a lot of outs, a lot of what have yous. A lot of strands, man. A lot of strands in old 2 cents head. That's why I got to keep the blinders on, dude. Got to keep the blinders on, eyes on the prize, remain focused. So I feel like in order to do that, I need to just decompress for a couple days. Not think about fights. Just watch some TV shows and some movies. Spend time with the missus. Take care of my shit. Make sure all our affairs are in order. Just kind of just decompress a little bit. Decompress, refocus. Mecca takes a toll on you, man. It takes a toll on you mentally and psychologically. Whether you fucking want to admit it or not. It's more than just a game, dude. It's a game, but it's a pretty fucking intense one. Anyone that's been in it, you already know what I'm talking about. So going into week 5, final 5, there's going to be 2 more eliminations. Finale night, I was listening to Arc stream. Shout out to the Rabbit Dog. I was listening to the end of Ark's last stream, going back over, making sure I didn't miss anything. And he did say 2 eliminations in 2 weeks. Finale night will go down to the final 3. The lowest score is automatically eliminated. And then it's between the final 2. And that's where the kill points will be oh so fucking essential. Especially if you don't win that night. If you get in second place, you better want to have those fucking kill points. Better have them. So that could get crazy, man. The kangaroo court could get really fucking crazy. That'll be wild. It's almost like you almost want it to come down. It's like, I don't know how people feel about penalty kicks, but it's like, or penalty shots, but it's like, that is always wild to me. I'm way more of a casual like hockey fan, and I'm a casual football fan, but I do like the penalty kicks and the penalty shots. I think it's crazy when it comes down to that. I think it's crazy when the shit gets decided by some other wild thing. But me personally, I'm just eyes on the prize, dude. I'm gonna win both of these next 2 fucking weeks of fight cards and just have the most kill points and just win the motherfucker outright. That's my mentality right now. Win, 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 win. Top score, top score, top score. So yeah. 2 more eliminations, then finale night, and we crown a winner. So yeah, dude. Shout out to Mr. Arkansas, man. I think he's done a really fucking good job of hosting this season. It's a wild ass Mecca. Season 10 will definitely go down the ages, dude. Be one for the ages. I mean, 2 more people getting the chop in 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks to fucking do all your research. Channel all the fucking powers you can. No excuses, man. Down to 5. Getting down to the nitty-gritty. I can't see what that emoji is, but yes. Are those comets? I can't really tell. Shout out to the General, though, man. Former Mecca champ. General knows what it takes to win it all. I'm trying to put myself among y'all, dude. I want my name spoken amongst the champions. And it's going to be, dude. It's going to be. So, yeah. Once again, the final 5. We did a moment of silence, but once again, shout out to the Fallen Man. I know I joke around, I talk a lot of shit or whatever, but shout out to Cage My IQ, shout out to Bab329, Aaron the Dog MMA, Chris the Bipolar Jedi. Make sure I don't think Bab has a channel, but make sure you guys subscribe to all 3 of their channels. They all put out content. They all do live streams. So make sure you guys go check them out, support them. And everyone else too. Everyone else that's come and gone in the Mecca, everyone else that does that puts out content, make sure you guys go support them. House of Mo. I'm trying to think who else has a channel that got eliminated. Anyone else, man. Anyone else that puts out content, make sure you guys go support them. And even fucking Cageroni, my jabroni. Give him a follow, man. So here's the final 5. Two more will be gone in 2 weeks. More bloodshed, more public executions, more Mecca drama, Mecca action, Mecca violence, virtual violence. Subscribe to Mr. Arkansas. Tune in. Ark will be going live, I'm sure, at some point this week to hype up the Mecca, to talk about the final five. I'm sure he's going to power rank the final five. I don't know, dude. He power ranked me number one in Mecca Verse 2, and I lived up to it. I don't know where I'm going to get ranked in this one. I always like flying a little under the radar, but we'll see, man. And if I was to try and power rank these, oh, dude, I don't know. I don't know. Obviously, me number one, bro. I don't know though, man. That'd be tough. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna wait and see what Ark's power rankings are. Like I said, make sure y'all tune in, subscribe to that channel if you're not, and yeah, stay tuned. 2 more people getting the chop. Gonna crown a Mecca winner in 3 weeks. Get ready. Parallel Mechaverse was wild, dude. Wow, that was a wild week to get Highlander, man. Anon Bro Picks got lucky as fuck. 4 people eliminated, down to 5. Just crazy week, man. Only 4 weeks into it. It's felt like more. And I'm telling you, like, time slows down. Shit, like, the rules of physics don't apply. It is like a fucking Matrix kind of. Like, rules of time and space can be bent and broken. You can bend shit to your will, and then the shit changes. It just like inceptions on you and goes into a different layer. Shit's just wild, man. Bro picks the course last. Yeah. Shout out to Moyes. King of the draw. What's up, Moyes? Commander of the carousel. The carousel king. Musking up. Better musk up, boys. Get your fucking lives together. Be a grown ass man. Take a shower. Put deodorants under your nasty ass armpits. Put some cologne on. Some smelling good. Go try to attract a woman. Have a family. Be a normal person. Be a grown ass man. Record Soulfly. No big deal. Big Moyes, man. 1 of 1. You want to talk about a 1 of 1? Right there, boys. Not everyone records Soulfly, bro. I'm just saying. What you doing, Moyes? Oh yeah, it has to, man. It has to. Everything evolves. Everything changes. You like that? Yeah, musk up. Yep. You gotta, I might be a little house husband now, but how do you think I got that way? I had to go out, work for a living, attract a woman, make her my wife, I have a little bit, of a unique situation. Not everyone like puts all their eggs into the basket like that and picks picks up and leaves everything behind, but you still, regardless of how you do it, that's still the ultimate goal, right? Go out, have a life, Find someone to bone. Maybe you stick with them, maybe you don't. That's what it's all about, boys. Find a woman and bed her down. What up, real news? You just in time. I'm just fucking going off the rails. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about right now. Just bullshitting. How you doing though, man? I hope you had a good weekend. Nah, dude, you just caught the tail end of the Mecca week 4 recap. If you missed it, real news, your boy got the Highlander in Mecca verse 2. Ear got the Highlander Mecca verse 1. Quick recap. Shout out to the 10 people in the building. It was the Nasty 9 this week. Mecca verse 2. Your boy made sure Cageroni. Basically, me and Anon basically just stabbed Cageroni to death in a dark alley and just left him there bleeding out like the dip and dash ginger he is. Then I chopped Bab's head off. Mecca verse 1. Like I said, my dude here got the he was Overlord Highlander. He got the overall top score, so that needs to be said. Got to give credit where it's due. My dude Aaron the Dizzle. Shout out to Aaron the Dog MMA. He got ousted bad. I know, dude. Hey, man. I was saying earlier how there's a lot of pressure. I know that wasn't easy for Ear. Ear, man. Ear had some tough picks, man. I know he's cool with Chris. I know he's really cool with bro picks, obviously. But no, I mean he's cool with Aaron too. So I know that wasn't easy for Ear. Ear is another guy that's like he's a good dude. He's like cool with a lot of people around here. And I know that wasn't easy for him, man. I'll say this. My votes and executions were difficult. Not difficult, but like there was a little thought and a little like stress that went into it strategically. Like, who is going to be like, who is it smartest for me to eliminate? And who can I just not help myself? Like, I have to kill this person. That's kind of what it was for me. For Ear, it was dope. Man, that must have been tough. Cause like, I know he's cool with all of them. So it's like, for me, it was a little bit easier to like, okay, I know exactly who I want to kill. The tough part for me was, okay, how are the executions going to take place? Because it always changes, man. Week to week, you never know how ARC is going to lay out the executions. So that always keeps you guessing, man. It's what makes it so fun. It's what makes watching the Mecca so crazy. Even if you've already been eliminated, even if you're not participating, just being in the audience, dude, being in the Coliseum and not knowing who's going to get killed and how is awesome. But what I was saying, for Ear, man, that could not have been easy. So shout out to him for executing his orders and, well, not his orders, but executing his duty as a Highlander, the Overlord Highlander. And yeah, man, good job. Not easy. Not an easy thing to do. These were the fallen. We did the moment of silence. And these are now the final 5. Got a break, and then 2 more people about to get it, dude. Stay tuned. Subscribe to Mr. Arkansas. And boys, that is your Mecca week 4 recap. Perfect time. I'm going to take a 5-minute break, little intermission, hit the head, talk to the wifey. So smoke them if you got them. I will be back in 5. At the 1 hour and 30-minute mark. So that will be like 132, 133 or something. And then I will recap UFC San Antonio. I got a bunch of crow to eat and a few things to say about some of these fights, some of the scores of some of these fights, and everything uh, in between. So that's the plan. Let me get this song ready. It is intermission. Take 5. Smoke them if you got them. All righty. All right. Let's fucking talk about UFC fucking. Let's talk about UFC fucking. No, let's talk about UFC San Antonio. Let's recap that fucking event. I'm going to go through these fights individually, tell you how I did with my picks and my bets, and just tell you what I thought about the fights in general. Let's do that right now. And let me make a banner because I have obviously not done that. UFC San Antone. Okay. Sorry, it's a pain in the ass to do the fucking emojis on StreamYard, but it just is what it is. Let's see. Edit. Yes, make that a ticker. Okay, here we go. Here we fucking go. The UFC San Antonio recap. Sorry, I'm just getting these banners in order. Shout out to the people that support this channel. There is a lot of work that goes into these streams, believe it or not. So I appreciate the support. It does make it all worthwhile. Okay. Now let me take this intermission banner down. Let's toke up, smoke up. Everything Irie poof time. Let me switch this on. Audio avatar. Boom. All right, here we go. Y'all saw the disclaimer I put across the bottom of this stream during intermission. I mean that shit too. This is for entertainment only. I'm an entertainer first, I'm a predictor second, and I'm a gambler third. And that is a hard third. I have been a shitty ass gambler in 2023, especially in UFC, dude. I cannot hit the fucking broadside of a barn with these bets, dude. I've been reverse swept twice. This was the second time it's happened to me this year. Thank God I'm not betting very much, or I would have completely lost my ass. Again, thank God. The one thing that I can take away from what I've learned that I've stuck to is unit management. Thank you, Jackie Boy. Shout out Jack Attack MMA. Check him out. Follow his bet MMA tips. That's the one thing. That's the best advice I got when I started doing this. It has saved me. It has saved me from being like, I'm like 3 units down instead of like 20. You know what I mean? So thank you, Jackie Boy. Again, all it's going to take for me is one big night to bounce back. I think it's coming. But don't tell me right now. As far as I'm concerned right now, I'm a shitty gambler. If you want to pay attention to what my bets is, to fade them. I'm a much better predictor than a gambler, and 2023 is a prime fucking example. I made money in 2022. I did well in 2022. But 2023 has not been my year so far. Definitely need a little upswing on that. But yeah, just a little quick disclaimer and bit of advice. Don't fucking tell me right now. I say this before every weigh-in stream, and I'm leaving this up. Don't do it, man. I left who I thought looked good and bad on the scales up, and it's for that reason. I put this up every Friday, and I'm going to put it up every Monday too. I do a weigh-in show every Friday, but it is not to be like, ooh, here's the edge on this guy. No, I've already made my picks. I've already made my bets. By the time the weigh-ins happen, my mind is fucking made up. Especially for my picks. Like, again, don't tell my bets. I'm I fucking sucked this year with gambling, but I've been doing pretty good with picks. Like I haven't had like I've had a winning record with picks on every event, and yeah, I don't I don't wait until the weigh-in's like, ooh, I don't know if this guy looks good on the scales, I'm gonna pick him. If this guy looks bad, I'm gonna fade him. Like, nah, dude. Here you go. Prime example. Here's who looked really good. Cheetah looked awesome. Cheetah looked awesome. Lee, I know you can say Lee got robbed, but they all look good. They all lost. All these guys look. This is even a better example. Victor Altamirano looked like shit on the scales. Lucas Alexander looked really drained. Looked like shit. Nate Landwehr, dead man walking. You know? Catch up with the chat. Yeah, shout out to Real News MMA. I'm always excited about PFL 1. Nice, dude. Nice. Appreciate it. Yes, welcome, brother. Welcome. It's not all wine and roses, though, is it? It seems like it's gonna be just the easiest thing. Oh yeah, I'll go in there, dude. I'll fucking chop some heads off. It'll be fun. But it's like, if it's your boys down there, it's like, fuck, I gotta kill my friend. Fuck. That's what you gotta do, man. Bhutanese Shadow Garden grown dark evil pack. Nuclear levels of sour. Is that really? Hold on. Is all that really the name, or is that like some of those? Are some of those descriptive adjectives? Let's see. Bhutanese. Boo. God, if I could spell the shit right. Are a U and an A even close? Dumb fuck 2 cents. Bhutanese Shadow Garden. Okay. Okay, this. Okay, I get what you're saying now. I'm smoking. I'm Bhutanese Shadow Garden grown dark evil pack. Nice. Shit got diamonds on it, so you know the THC to CBD ratio is fucking crazy. Another couple Toonie parlays that God, I got, dude. Oh, gotcha. Talking some papaya. Nice, dude. Cheers, brother. The Highlanders smoking that fucking parallel Meccaverse pack, huh? Cheers. Highlander blunt rotation, huh? Huh? Yep. Cheers here. Come on, smoke with me. Got my bong out, shit. No, I wish I had the bong, dude. Got to conserve right now. But yeah, I'm smoking K-Mac and gas cake. Shout out to Strain and Sunmed, I think is the other one. All right, let's talk about these fights, dude. Let's talk about these fucking fights. UFC San Antonio. I said, I think I said this last stream. Shout out to the boys at Pub Sports Radio. They had their Pubapalooza thing. They did their pilgrimage to the motherland. Looks like they had a good time. Shout out to them. I went in the pub stream briefly on Saturday. Dude, there was some crazy scorecards. I won't say the fights were that crazy. Honestly, dude, if I had to give this event a grade, like A, B, C, D, F, I'm gonna give it a D, dude. There were very few finishes. Some of the fights were really fucking lame. There were a couple good ones, but overall, I'm sorry, man. People love to kiss the UFC's ass. I'll give the UFC credit where it's due all the time, but I'm gonna also call a spade a spade. This event sucked. Everyone loves to sugarcoat shitty events and be like, "Man, there were some good fights," or try and act like these low level fights or something that they're not. It's like, nah, man. A lot of these were low level fights. A lot of them were not very entertaining. There were some fucked up scorecards, like two finishes. It was fucking lame. It was a lame ass card, to be honest with you. If I wasn't in the Mecca, that's the only thing that kept me on the edge of my seat was what was going to happen. Looking back at it and going back and rewatching these fights now that the Mecca's already passed, nah, dude, they fucking suck. This fight card sucked. Well, these are the fights I had in order before these fallouts, but I'm going to address these two. Tamira's Vidal, I was giving Haley Cowan shit for it. I can't not give Vidal shit for it. She did the same shit. She just like Haley ducked the smoke. Vidal just ducked the smoke. So that's just gotta be said. Now, this fight more or less went how I thought it was gonna go, but not really. Let me tell you what I mean. I figured that Victor Altamirano would win. I figured that he would win. Let me see. Who did I? No, I think that I had Victor by sub. Yeah, I had Victor by sub. So this did not quite go exactly how I thought it would. I got to give Vinicius Salvador credit. He looked like shit on the scales. He looked like he had just been saved from being stranded out at sea for a month. Like he had just been rescued. Like, oh, thank God, I'm at 126. Thank God you saved me. He looked crazy on the scales, but he looked pretty good in the fight. It looks like the guy has improved. I've seen people talking about one guy that constantly loses, but still deserves fights, or they still want to see fighting. That's how I feel about Salvador. Yeah, it hasn't gone his way. There's some things about him that are concerning, but I thought he leveled up a little bit. I thought he put up a good fight against Altamirano, who I think is pretty good. But yeah, there's some things about Altamirano that are actually I saw some red flags from him moving forward, and now I remember why I faded him against Carlos. And dude, I don't know, man. I really don't like how he ducks his head. Dude, you can game plan for that. Right roundhouse, right high kick, right dude, right shovel hook, right uppercut. Dude, Altamirano ducks his head to the left really, really, really badly. That is a really bad habit of his. If one of his next opponent can pick up on it, that's a KO waiting to happen, man. The guy's tough, but dude, he ducks into a fucking shin. It ain't gonna work for him, and he'll get a better, tougher fight after that. So that's something that I picked up on for look in the future for Altamirano. But I got to say, Salvador, he looked better than I thought he would. I thought that Victor would get him up out of there, so I got to give him some credit. But ultimately, Altamirano got it done. I thought he would. He could have, man. A right knee, dude. He ducks right into that shit. I don't know, man. Oh, what do you know? Some more ducking of the smoke. Some more, I don't really want to fight this guy. I know it's like people are like, oh man, you can't just say that your shit was a lock or this pick was a lock or this bet was a lock. Dude, Trey Ogden was going to whoop this dude. Some, like, I was surprised the amount of people that were on Torres, but nah, dude, that one right there is pretty telling. You ducked that fucking smoke. The Alex Perez, I'm going to talk about that too. That's a little bit different. Nah, Torres didn't want it. That's a fucking Max Roshkopf fucking fraud. Okay, this was the first like crazy shit that happened. You can call, if you wanted to call this fight of the night, I wouldn't argue too much with you. This shit was wild. Dude, I'm trying to think of another time. I've seen dudes run a little bit in the octagon, but I'm trying to think of a time where during a fight, I've seen a fighter literally take laps around the cage. That's what CJ Vergara was doing. He was running along the outside of the octagon, like when someone does their walkout and they get into the cage and they take a lap, they like run around the cage to get themselves ready, like it's part of their like walkout routine. He did that like 2 or 3 times. Was literally like running for his life. Like the dude was chasing him down the street. It was like he was running from the police. Like he busted a popo run, dude. It looked. I've never seen anything like that. I've seen people run before, but not like that. Dude was running for his life. That was crazy looking. But what is very predictable, like, dude, Daniel Lacerda is the Makwan Amir Khani of flyweight. Is that not a good comparison? He looks really fucking good in the first round, and then is just boo. There ain't no boo. Whoop. No, there's just boo. The dude just falls off a fucking cliff to all kinds of levels of competition. Like, dude, I'm sorry. I know this fight should have been stopped. I still don't want to see any more Daniel Lacerda because you see what happens. If he can't get the guy out of there, he is going to lose. CJ Vergara is a decent fighter, but he's not a world beater. Victor Altamirano is not a world beater. They both stopped this guy. I don't want to see any more of this dude. He's 0-4 against unranked competition. How much motherfucking lower can you set the bar? Anybody that guy can beat does not deserve to be in the UFC anyway. So what is the point of keeping him around? He fucking sucks. Oh, because he almost got CJ out of there. He's awesome and you want to see more of him? No. CJ ain't no world beater. And he fucking crushed him. Crushed him. Victor Altamirano, not a world beater. Crushed him. Jeff Molina is a good loss. Figgy's brother and CJ and Victor, they aren't terrible losses, but they're not great either. Those aren't incredible losses. Like, oh, it's okay. You lost to these guys. No. The only kind of guys he can beat do not deserve to be in the UFC. I do not want to see any more of Daniel Lacerda da Silva, Cerda La Silva, De Andrade da Silva De Andrade. I don't want to see any more of that motherfucker. Unless it's in, Moy said PFL. How about PFL? How about Bellator? He's not a UFC level fighter. Stop it with that dumb fuck take. I don't want to see any more of this dude. He's a jobber. 0-4 against unranked competition. Yeah, on Contender Series. I don't know, man. I think he deserves another chance. God, God, get your fucking standards out of the gutter. Get your UFC standards out of the gutter. Jesus Christ. Have a little respect for yourselves. He's fine for a regional level fighter. He'll do fine in Bellator. He's not a UFC level flyweight. Very clearly. 0-4, all finishes. Okay, we go. This fight kind of went exactly how I thought it would. And I kind of fucking told you guys. I tried, dude. Shout out to my dude, Aaron the Dog MMA. Make sure y'all subscribe to his channel. Definitely check out the show Wednesday. You can catch Aaron, Lou Betcha, and myself breaking down the UFC, and also streams. He covers LFA, PFL, Bellator, all during the week. But yeah, he has been gracious enough to have me guest appear on his show Wednesday. So yeah, we get a break this week. I don't know if he's going to do the show in 2 weeks or not. He's definitely had some shit happen to him in his personal life. I mean, I think most of us kind of know what the deal is by now, but yeah, I'll I'll be standing by. I'll say that. But shout out to him. Yeah, I said this Wednesday on the show, like it was just kind of a levels thing. It's not like House is incredible, but it's like I was trying to like, it's like, dude, like yeah, I was joking, but it's also like, dude, I know Giles, like he has some finished losses, but it's like Drekis and like Morales, like those guys would destroy Preston Parsons. Like Roman Dolidze would crush him. Like he imagine him trying to grapple Roman. Just no. Like Giles isn't incredible, but he's not. The guy's overhated. Let's just put it like that. Trevin Giles he's not that bad. He's not great. He's just not as bad as people try to make him out to be. He's definitely not incredibly trustworthy. Like this was a close fight. He like Preston Parsons fucked this up. If he had not like played jujitsu and tried to go for arm bars, he would have won, but he didn't. And this was kind of like my read and like my take on this fight. Like Giles isn't good, but Preston Parsons is really not good. And Giles' losses are to guys that like Parsons probably would never even get fights with. So I don't know, man. Moving forward, I still don't trust Giles. He's got good boxing. He's got bad fight IQ. He's got talent, but he doesn't have a great chin. And like Parsons is not an incredible striker. He's a guy that's got like Parsons is someone that's gotten better with his striking, but he's still like not incredibly powerful. He still hurt Giles. I thought he was going to knock Giles out in the first round. I gave the first round to Parsons. I gave 2 and 3 to Giles. Giles was on his way to losing the third, but I thought he was winning the third on the feet until the takedown. But then like Parsons, like he didn't do a ton and he went for the fucking armbar and lost the position. And Giles ended up on top and was like landing heavier ground and pound. So I gave the third round to Giles ever so slightly, giving the fight to him ever so slightly. But I did think he was the rightful winner. He did all the damage too, man. He closed Preston Parsons' left eye with that jab. He busted his other eye up. Like this was not an incredibly tough fight to score. Sorry, it's fucking cold in here, dude. So like, I think my fucking wife turned the AC up because it's kind of warm outside, but it's fucking freezing in this room, man. It's always a little bit colder in this room, but Jesus. Fucking so in the next fight. Fuck. Coffee ain't helping either. All right. So, but yeah, I think Giles was the rightful winner. Hold on. A little chilly in the man cave, boys. Put a damn fucking hoodie on. Yeah. All right. So yeah, I mean, again, I still think Giles is pretty much the same fighter, still has the same concerns. It's just like Parsons was not the level of competition to exploit it. I still think it'll get exploited. So he's still like matchup dependent to me. Parsons, I don't know, man. I think he's another just person that's going to end up just getting washed out of the UFC. You know, Trevin Giles moved down to 170 because he couldn't cut it at 185. It's giving him like a power and like a size advantage, I guess, but it's also compromising his durability. And it's kind of compromising his like cardio a little bit, which isn't great to begin with. I don't know, man. I still like, again, I think it's like Parsons isn't that good. All right. Warm up a little bit here. Nice, dude. Hey, man, I got you the Highlander. Dude, this was my worst fucking read. Maybe not my worst, but one of my worst reads. This was such. Look, Alexander looked good, but he didn't look that fucking good. Steven Peterson didn't do jack fucking shit in this fight. He just stood at range. Dude, he only shot for like 2 or 3 takedowns. That was his only path to victory. Did he really think he was going to stand with this dude for 3 rounds and win? This was so fucking frustrating. Like, I was pretty confident in Peterson too. I thought that if he got to the ground, it would be a rough night for Alexander, but he never fucking got it there. And then it just kind of like dawned on me. It's like, oh my God, dude, this dude sucks on the feet. Like, he's going to lose the fucking decision. Like, what have I fucking done? This, dude, I was just as confident as Aaron in this. So, like, I only blame myself. I thought he was going to win. Like, this would ended up busting anyway, but I thought all these guys were going to win. Like, Ocho, like, I didn't even think twice about it, really. I was just like, nah, he's a better ground fighter. He has way more experience. I just faded Alexander. Like, I wasn't really that impressed with him. I wasn't incredibly impressed with him in this fight. It was just, he's just better than, like, Peterson just stood there and got punched and kicked. Laid a fucking egg. That's how you go out, dude. And again, fuck. Did anyone know he was retiring? Was there like any like murmurs or like rumors or anything of that circulating around? Because I had no idea. But I always fade the retirement talk. If I had known that, I definitely would have faded him. So that's something. It's like, I'm just going to have to do a little more. What I am going to do now that there's more time to like prepare and tape study and shit, I'm going to start looking into a little bit more. I'm going to start looking at a few more interviews, see if I can hear it. And that's what I'm going to be looking for. I'm not going to like hang on every word, but I'm going to be like, when they start talking about how many more fights do you have left, like, especially if it's older fighters, I'm going to be perking my antennas up a little bit more for that. Because that's like, if I had known the motherfucker was retiring, I definitely would not have bet him. And I wouldn't have picked him either. frustrating. I took him early in the week in a parlay and switched to Peterson's sub later on Tapology. Damn. Going to look for that ground game mismatch in the future for sure. Yeah, I think that can be exploited. He showed good takedown defense, though, but Peterson didn't even try to wrestle that much. There was one decent attempt that, to Alexander's credit, he shucked off, but dude, he didn't even fucking try. Peterson said he didn't plan on retiring. Okay. Well, that's good, at least. That's good. I mean, that's not good, but it's at least he didn't say that and I didn't miss it. I feel a little bit better about that. Alexander could have finished him 5 times in the 3rd round, acted like he didn't want to. I know, it was just he just kind of toyed with him. It's he knew he was a better striker and was just pot shotting him. If he had put combos together, dude, he could have got him up out of there. I think he could. But yeah, he just acted like he didn't fucking want it enough. Shout out to the 3 people still hanging tough. Just going over this recap. I thought this card fucking sucked overall. From a fan's perspective, it was pretty lame. It was a bunch of decisions. Not a lot of killer instinct shown. Low-level fights, some of them. There were a few good performances and a couple good scraps. Honestly, the most excitement was Vergara, Lacerda. But I don't know, man. It just wasn't very good. I didn't care for that card. So yeah, Lucas Alexander retires. Fucking Steven fucking Jobberson. Unfortunately, the parlay busted. Damn. Kicking myself a little bit for this one. Even without my bias, I still probably would have picked Lutz. He's just not incredibly good. He's Lutz is someone that can look okay on the regional scene. I could see him doing okay in LFA or PFL. I could see him doing okay. I don't think he would ever end up winning the million or anything, but I think he could do okay. Pineda, I'm sorry, man. I know the guy's really experienced, but dude, he is chinny. He has shitty takedown defense. He's he's just a jobber, man. And he's an old fucking jobber, an old 2nd run jobber. So I think it's more just Lutz not really being that great of a fighter. He's okay. He's an okay regional scene fighter, but he's just not on a UFC level. I don't think he's quite UFC level. But it's okay. A lot of these guys aren't. Lacerda isn't UFC level. I was just talking about it. Yeah, he was in an exciting fight, but CJ isn't gonna be champion or anything. He's unranked. Altamirano's unranked. I can't remember if Molina was ranked before he got removed or suspended or whatever, but he was. If he was, he had just barely cracked the top 15. Figgy's brother wasn't ranked. All those guys stopped him. He's not UFC level. It doesn't mean he's a shitty fighter, but he's a UFC jobber. Lutz is probably would be better suited on the regional scene too, but whatever. But yeah, it was pretty fucking easy to score. Pretty easy to score. yeah, there was a lot of just like clean sweeps. This is another one where it's like, shout out to the people who were on Duraev. There were quite a few people. Not, I don't know. I don't know exactly how many, but there were several people on Duraev. This was just, they're both older. Like, Chidi did okay in Bellator. I'm trying to remember what Duraev was in before UFC, but yeah, Duraev was definitely the better grappler, but he was doing okay on the feet too. Like, Chidi just never, he didn't do anything. He just fucking stood there. Way too low volume. I think he was worried about getting taken down, so he'd never really commit to his strikes. Honestly, Chidi, I don't know, man. You could say exposed, like kind of. I don't know if exposed is like he. I think Chidi's hit his ceiling. To be honest with you, like Duraev is not incredibly durable. He's been finishing all of his losses, and Chidi just wouldn't fucking go for it. He just wouldn't. It's just like he's just a little bit older. It was just kind of there, and that's. I mean, Duraev is beatable. He is beatable. Like Buckley fucked that dude up so bad they had to stop the fight. Close, clock that boy in his eye. Close that thing up. Like Chidi's supposed to be this like this KO god. He didn't fucking do shit to him. He just fucking stood there, got tuned up, taken down. I was very disappointed in Chidi's performance. Peterson, yeah, he's a jobber. I don't know why I was so confident in him. I was pretty confident in Chidi. Like, I figured Derive might out grapple him, but he just outfought him. He just outclassed him. And Derive's not that good. It was just, it was disappointing. Like, a little like, oh, okay, I guess Chidi's a little bit of a fraud. Okay, I'm not saying it was like fluky for him to KO Barrio, but you know, because he's knocked out people before. He like one elbow Dushko, but I don't know, man. Chidi maybe a little bit fraudulent on the contender level. More of a gatekeeper to the rankings, maybe. Unranked, but if you can beat Chidi, you maybe can sort of start to get. But Derive, just imagining Derive with a ranking is just like, really? That motherfucker? All right. Good. Just, I don't know. That was very disappointing from Chidi. Lack of urgency, lack of effort. Same with Peterson. He didn't do jack fucking shit. No. This fight was slated to be next, but Alex Perez had a seizure. That's what happened. And that's about all I have to say about that. Very unfortunate. Probably doesn't need to be fighting, but I can give that a pass. Dude, if this, man, I will say this. If this has been the reason, I'm well aware before you be, oh, actually, Snell put out this time. This. I know not all the cancellations have been his fault, but the ones that have been his fault, and I don't know if they've all been related, but if this epilepsy has been, if this has been the reason for him not being able to make some of these fights, it's very concerning. It's very concerning that, like, yeah, I don't know if it was something he didn't disclose, or if he did disclose it, how the fuck are they letting him fight? Would be my first question. Very concerning. I don't know if this is something that he's like hasn't. I don't know. I'm not going to spend too much time trying to like delve into Alex Perez's medical history and his like try and go back, and I don't care to. I don't think Alex Perez is like worth that much time and energy anyway. But I will say this, just as a fellow human being, I don't think he needs to be fighting, especially if he has a family. Like, dude, if you see, you probably don't need to be cutting weight like that. It's like, dude, if you have epilepsy, they fucking don't take your driver's license, dude. So yeah, I don't know about that, man. That's kind of sketchy. Not kind of. That's very sketchy. Yeah, cop wilding, dude. I mean, I get he's pissed. Yeah, Manel wilding on Twitter though, dude. He's like, I'll give you something to seizure about. Knock your ass out. You gonna be seizing on the ground? I'm the seizure. No, fuck, man. Like, that's wild. How the fuck, dude? If that was previously diagnosed and he like disclosed that, because that's another thing that begs the question. Like, was his epilepsy undiagnosed? And if it wasn't, was it disclosed to the UFC? Those would be the two burning questions that burn in my little mind, in my simple little mind. But yeah, that's weird, man. It's weird. It's kind of fucked up, and I don't really know what the truth is there. But that's fucking wild. So, Jackie boy, welcome back. Cheers. You old magic honeybee, you. Want to smoke with your boy 2 cents? All right. Let's talk about what the majority of the controversy is centered around. Jackie boy, just in time. Point number one I want to make. Point number one, and I guess probably the most important point. Just get it right out of the way. Get it out of the way right now. I do think Andrea Lee won. On the original watch and on the rewatch, I scored it for Andrea Lee. But it was a close fight. It was a close fight. It was a shitty fight. I don't think Macy won, but I see how Andrea Lee got robbed. If that makes sense. I did score the first round for Macy. Tell you why. She did the better work on the feet. When Lee got the takedown, and this is why I think the fight was close, and this is why I think they gave it to Macy. I don't agree with it. I think it should have gone to Andrea, but this is why I think they did give it to Macy. And this is why I gave the first round to Macy. Andrea Lee did not do jack fucking shit with her takedowns. I mean, nothing. In the first round, she got her arm trapped and was getting elbowed from the bottom by Macy. I think Macy did the most damage in that round. I think she won that round. The third round was clearly Andrea Lee. Clearly, Andrea Lee won the third round. I think Andrea Lee won the second round too, but it won't by much. Let me tell you why I think Andrea Lee won the second round, and let me also tell you why I think they might have given Macy the second round. Again, I don't agree with it. I think Andrea Lee won. You can see my scorecard right there. If 2 cents had been a judge, that's the scorecard I would have handed in. I saw that the first time. I saw that on the rewatch. But I also saw on the rewatch why Macy got the nod. So I do think it was the wrong decision. You can call it a robbery, that's fine. But it wasn't the most egregious robbery you've ever seen. Stop acting like that. It was a pretty close fight. It was a shitty fight. But this is what happened in the second round. I thought they were both landing. I thought Macy was landing a little bit cleaner. Macy visibly hurt Lee. She did. She cracked her, stunned her. Andrea started to back up. Macy started to tee off on her. Andrea got the takedown. Again, she didn't do much of anything with the takedown, but, and this is the reason I scored the fight or scored that round for Andrea. I can't remember if it was the first time they did this. There was one time, no, it wasn't. They both threw high kicks at the same time. It was pretty cool looking, actually. They both threw high kicks at the same time. Then Andrea Lee threw another high kick, and it connected, and it busted Macy's nose open, and she was leaking a little bit. So with that and the takedown, yes, I know she didn't do fucking shit with it, but with that control, I ever so slightly edged the round to Andrea and gave the fight to Andrea based on that. But man, I mean, Macy did kind of hurt her on the feet. Maybe the judges saw that. I don't know. Again, I scored it for Lee, but I see how she got robbed. Dude, if she had landed like not even a dozen ground strikes, like a couple more in round one, a couple more in round two, a couple more in round three, that would have easily been a 30-27 for Lee. But it was close enough. 1 and 2 were close enough. But man, okay, let's talk about this though. Dan Murgliata, you do not need to be judging fights. What are water, weed, dune, here, Bappa? 30-27 Macy is absolutely insane. Again, I don't agree with 29-28 Macy, but I see how it happened. 30-27 Macy is unconscionable. That is a crooked ass scorecard. Murgliata, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here with that fucking, that's ridiculous. Masony Boober sucks. I don't know if sucks is the right word. I don't think she's like as good as she thinks she is. She's annoying, dude. She's annoying as fuck. And she's like, she's definitely not as good as she thinks she is. I don't think she's as bad as everyone says either. And I think she's just kind of young and stupid. And like, she's still only 24. She's not even 25, man. She's a young, annoying idiot. She fights like an idiot. She kind of sucks off her back. Like, she can't get up very well. Look, Andrea Lee did nothing on the ground, was still able to just hold her down. So it's like, if someone was just like a little bit better on the ground, no, Mace is getting like GNP'd out or choked, or like, she's not going to be champion anytime soon unless she makes vast improvements. I think she will continue to improve. Like I said, she's fucking young. She's had a lot of fights for being like 24. So I think she'll keep getting better, but like, she's very annoying. I get the fade on Macy. I get why everyone's sick of her. She doesn't make it easy to like her, but I also think she's someone that's like, she's not quite as bad as everyone says either, but she's not incredible either. That's how I feel about it. He might have, dude. That's a good shout, man. That's actually a pretty fucking good shout. Dude, I'm telling you, I tweeted this out too. The California kid strikes again, man. dude, Faber has something. He has something on someone. He has something on Dana. He has something like, but that's actually a good shout too, man. I can see that. Faber got some money, dude. Faber been wheeling and dealing in California. He is beloved there. And yeah, shit is on and popping for Fabe Daddy. Fabe Daddy Diesel. Running Northern Cali, dude. The fucking Northern California MMA Faber Syndicate. I can see it. I can see the angle. Yeah, I know, dude. Jan O'Malley haunts me to this day. I would have had a really good night that night. Fuck, sorry, I had to stretch. What the fuck are we talking about here? Okay, yeah. So Andrea Lee, she should have won, but she could have done a lot more to secure that and like erase any shadow of a doubt. Although with a 30-27 Macy, she might have still lost. Anyways, it is what it is. Yeah, now that one, Jack, that was a good bet. Andrea Lee was a good bet, and you should have gotten that one. I can concede that. Andrea Lee was the right side. And she could have she could have won it for you. If she had fucking put a little bit more effort into doing damage on the ground. Oh yeah, that's clear Andrea Lee. 30-27, but I still had a 29-28 Lee. I still thought she won. But I see how it's not like it's the worst. That's not like the worst robbery I've ever seen. But I can understand how you're pissed if you laid money on it because you got screwed there. But anyways, yeah, shit happens. Put her there, Jackie boy. Yo, budge you. Okay, so I was just wrong here. I was just fucking wrong. I should have known. This one, if I picked Landwehr like I should have, I would have won by even more. Ultimately, like this made it a little too close for comfort in the Mecca for me, but I still like don't know if I would. I just don't like Landwehr very much. Maybe that was too much. My bias came into it too much. I just think he's fucking annoying. Like, maybe it's an Arkansas, Tennessee thing. I don't know, man. He's not like my favorite fighter. But I'll say this. I will give credit where it's due. I got to eat crow. Landwehr is a little bit better of a fighter than I give him credit for sometimes. I did say he's the much better ground fighter, but I thought he would just stand and bang with Lingo. I mean, he looked pretty good on the feet. Lingo did crack him a couple times, but just wasn't enough. Like, I don't know, man. It was just a bad pick. Bad pick. I'll eat crow. Credit to Landwehr and the Landwehr backers. Choo choo. Nate was Landwehr trained, baby. Where is he from? Middle Tennessee all day, baby. God, he's a fucking bobo. But yeah, he was he's a better man. Definitely the better grappler. I still think there's only a certain level of competition he can beat. But he is a fun fighter. I don't see him winning the belt anytime soon. He's 34. I think we're going to get some more fun fights out of Landwehr, but that's kind of how I think they should match him up. Just some fun. He's an action. He is the definition of an action fighter. That's how I would match him up. Just fights that you think are going to be entertaining, a chance for Landwehr to either get sparked or put on another like comeback performance. Like more Onama type fights. Yes, Jack. See, you're doing all right. You doing all right, Jack. You all right. Um, yeah, I've been getting my fucking ass handed to me, dude. But Jack, I was putting you over earlier. I said, thanks to the best betting advice I got last year is unit management. I have not overplayed thing. I have not tried to chase too much. I stay responsible with my units. And because of that, yeah, I'm down. But dude, I could be down like 20 units instead of 3. So as I always say, thank you for that. So yeah, I'm down a little bit, but as I said, one good night and I could be up again. So that's kind of how I look at it. But yeah, I have been getting taken out behind the woodshed, dude. I got reverse swept. I got my ass whipped by a bunch of goddamn bookie nerds. Nerds. Yeah, this more or less was what I thought was going to happen. I did pick Holly Holm by decision. That I should have bet that, but she shut her out, man. Like Yana's just not very good. I still don't think Holly is going to like make any big waves, but she did get a new contract. I do think if they give her some more fights like this, she'll win. But I don't know, man. I don't want to see her like rush back to the title. Like I'd rather see her in some fights against some up and coming contenders and like be more of a gatekeeper and have, I think I know it's happened before, but I think a couple more contenders do deserve to like, get their chance to like elevate themselves to contender level status by beating Holly Holm. So I think that Holm will serve as a pretty good gatekeeper, and I think that's like what's in store for her. What I'd like to see, anyway. Dude, that was my worst. That was my worst read on the whole card. He just fucking. Well, no, Pinedo. No, that was Lutz. No, my worst was Peterson. But yeah, that was good shout, dude. It's more like I was saying even without my like ground control bias, I probably still would have picked Lutz because I just thought I was fading. I was gonna fade Pineda regardless, is what I'm trying to say. But I think that's more just a bad look for Lutz. Like he's not UFC level. There ain't no probably about it. Like Pineda is washed. He's on his second run. He's old. He's like chinny. I don't. You can only beat. That's what I was saying about Lacerda. And the reason I don't want to see any more of Daniel Lacerda in the UFC, the only kind of aren't ready for the UFC anyway. So why don't he just fight them in a regional organization? Same with Lutz. There's no shame with that. Some fighters aren't UFC level. It doesn't mean you're a shit fighter and have no worth or value to the world of MMA. It's just like you cannot compete consistently at a UFC level. It's not like Vergara and Altamirano are fucking world beaters. Like I said, if Altamirano doesn't fix that dipping his head to the left, someone is going to fucking meet him with a shin or a knee or a fucking uppercut and turn his lights out. So, like, I don't think it's Molina's a good loss, but Figgy's bro and Vergara and Altamirano all finishing you, guys that don't always finish people. It's like, I don't know about those, man. Like, I don't want to see any more of you. I don't know, like, Lutz, I don't know how much more I want to see of him. It's like, he's won some fights, but it's like, the guys that he's beating, like, they ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? Like, he's probably not doing nothing. Pineda's like, Pineda ain't about to do shit. I'm going to fade the fuck out of Daniel Pineda. Whoever they give him in the next fight, man, I don't know. What is he going to fucking do? The dude he made Cub look like he was back. Hell fucking no. I'm fading the shit out of Pineda. I don't like. I just don't. I think it was more just Tucker Lutz not being ready. Yeah, but it's like the only people he can beat again. They're not like, is Shannon Ross ain't UFC level. Like that's what I'm saying. Like how much we're like really setting the bar low. You can't set the bar much lower than 0-4, all losses by finish. It's exciting he's like Macwan, dude. Yeah, Macwan was fun for a little while. Then it just got predictable. It's going to be exciting the first round. He's going to maybe get a choke and then get finished. It's like at a certain point, it's just like, no. I expect a little bit more out of UFC fighters. If you're a UFC fighter, you have to be able to go more than one fucking round. Which is why I think ultimately Terrence McKinney going to get washed out. He's fun. Yeah, cool. Everyone loves him. But it's like, you're not about to do shit. Too much Trey. Yeah, too much Macwan. Hanging around Macwan too much. Okay, let's get to the main event, and then we'll see what the fuck's happening. And then I'm probably gonna talk some like movies and TV shows, and then just get the fuck up out of here. Well, I tried to save people, man. I tried my best. I really did try, man. I tried this past week. Shout out to my dude Aaron the Dog MMA. I tried to save people money that were betting on Cheeto Vera. This I should have bet on. I don't know why I'm kicking myself. I was a pussy and just got scared away from betting main events, but like I am kicking myself, man, because this was my best read. It went exactly the fuck how I thought it was gonna go. Pretty much exactly, dude. You want to talk about a crazy ass scorecard? There is not an Earth 2 parallel. You want to talk about parallel universes? There ain't no parallel universe where Marlon Vera won this fight. Corey won every fucking round. The closest round was maybe the third. The first two are unquestionable. The fourth is unquestionable to me. What did Cheeto do in the fourth? He didn't do shit. He landed 2 good punches in the third. But if you're going to score that for Cheeto, that means you're ignoring all the clean hooks that Corey landed in the third round, all the clean uppercuts that Corey landed in the third round. Corey landed a nasty left hook to the body, overhand right. You're ignoring that. Like, you're just looking for something to give the round to Cheeto for. Four to say. You're looking to give Cheeto the round 4 to say. So yeah, I think that's pretty weak. I think trying to give Cheeto round 5 for like 5 seconds of work is pretty weak. Corey won that round. Cheeto won the last 10 seconds, and that's weak. I usually don't give anybody the round for something like that unless you really, really like. If he had dropped him, yeah, but nah, dude, that's a pretty weak argument. I thought Corey won every fucking round. He just exposed Cheeto, man. I tried to say this like as nice as I possibly can. Cheeto is not a bum. Cheeto is a good fighter. He's not elite. And he never fucking has been. This is how, like, people are like, oh, Cheeto had an off night. Oh, Cheeto, I don't know what was wrong with him. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. This is how Cheeto fights every fucking time. It was how he's fighting against Dominic Cruz, getting tuned up and styled on until he knocked him out. Rob Font, he was getting boxed up. He was getting pieced the fuck up by Rob Font. And then he would just hurt him at the end of every round. Same thing against fucking Frankie Edgar. He was getting boxed up by Frankie Edgar, the ghost of Frankie Edgar, until he front kicked. He was losing that fight until he front kicked him. So I don't want to hear about, oh, Cheeto was just off. No. Cheeto has just never been that dude. He's looked like that dude because the guys he's fighting are past it. They're guys that aren't in their prime anymore, or they're guys that are chinny, no longer durable, whatever. Take your fucking pick. Cheeto has never been that fucking dude, and this was a prime fucking example. Corey has been turned back at the gate a couple times. Smoked by Aljamain Sterling. He got his fucking ass tuned up and dropped by Petr Yan. I'm sorry, man. Like, Cheeto's a good fighter, but he's never been that dude. He got exposed. Not as a bum, but as a fraudulent contender. Yes, he's only 30. He can go back to the drawing board, fix some things. I'm not saying it'll never happen, but as it stands right now, Cheeto is not elite. He's good, but not great. Great, but not elite. He's just not. He's a punching bag. He doesn't move his head. He relies too much on his chin. I tell you what, he's calling for that Petr Yan fight. Bring it. Fucking bring it. You thought Corey was tuning you up? You thought he was getting touched up by Rob Font? Just you wait. Yeah, he got a good snap on the punches. Yeah, you gonna feel that snap, motherfucker. You dude, calling out Yan, man, please give me that fucking fight, dude. Petr Yan might be the first dude to knock him out, because that dude, unlike some other people, like, he's just gonna stand there. You let Yan get going, he'll knock your fucking ass out, dude. I'm sorry, man. I love Yan in that fight. I really hope they make it. Yan will fuck Cheeto up, dude. I'm calling that right now. If they make Yan versus Cheeto, I am all over Yan. He will fucking brutalize Cheeto Vera. He will get tuned up like he has never been before. Look at that shit. That's Corey doing that to him, dude. That's what Yan did to Corey. Cracked that motherfucker in the face. You think you want that smoke? You really don't, though. Oh, you talking about Lacerda? Yeah. Very funny. Very funny. Yeah, I'd say that's very accurate. Yep, you're right. He's not fast enough. He doesn't have enough defense. He doesn't have enough activity. Honestly, that's why, dude, that's why Cheeto, his cardio looks so good, because he doesn't throw jack fucking shit. He doesn't throw anything to make him tired. He just counts on eating all these punches and kicks and then just hurting someone. Yeah, he's a great finisher. If you're chinny, if you passed it, yeah, then he'll finish you. If you're in your prime, if you're a good striker, you know, fuck Cheeto up. Oh, yeah. So who does tweet at Cheeto was quality, worst takedown defense than the pussy on your head back of the line? Dude. Oh, my God. I cannot tell you how much of a Henry Cejudo fan I've become. I wouldn't say I'm Stan level yet, but like, I did a complete 180 with that dude. I love the heel. I love the cringe. Dude, I am all about the fucking triple C. I am team triple cringe. Oh my God, do I want him to fucking dethrone Aljo so fucking badly, dude. I am fully on board the triple cringe train. I'm definitely I will be beating that war drum for Cejudo. That's a good shout. I agree. I agree. Dude, I went back and looked at that. I taped that fight for this one. It like Song was landing so many clean right hands. That was a close fight too. Like people bet on Cheeto. It was close, and they just cried robbery. It's like, dude, it was like a close fight. Song was lighting his ass up, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, I'd like to see that. That's a good shout, Jack. That's a really good shout. See, this is why you need to do that after match, dude. You don't need me on here talking about these fucking future fights. You can just do that shit, dog. Come on, Jack. Don't do me like that. Don't do us like that, Jackie boy. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Cardone. I wish my fucking. I wish I was as sharp as better as I was a predictor. Like I'm not the best predictor, but man, just not put my fucking money in the right spots, dude. But again, shout out to Jackie boy for the advice on the unit management. Because of that, I am down, but it's only a little bit. I'm down less than $50. Ain't shit. Ain't nothing. One good night, and your boy's back. That's all it's gonna take. I feel like it's coming soon. So I'm not gonna let myself get too down. All I lost was a unit. Whatever, bro. Whatever. The shit came in waves last year. It's gonna come in another wave again. Yeah, it is. And the thing is, like, I get it. I get why people like Cheeto. It's the attitude. He's a cool, like, SoCal cholo, like, there's another term for it where like you live in Southern California, but you're from like South America or something. I can't, or Central America or something, Paisa or something like that. He's a cool dude. I get the Cheeto appeal. He's made people a lot of money as an underdog. He was an underdog against, I can't remember if he was an underdog against Font, but I know he was an underdog against Cruz and against Edgar, I'm pretty sure. So, man, like, I get it. I get why people were all over him, but like, I just don't think he's like as amazing or as elite as everyone's been saying. Like, he's good, but not great. Excuse me. But no, Cheeto's not a bum. He's gonna win some more fights. So I would really like to see that Song Yadong fight, that rematch. I hope he gets Jan. Jan will whoop his motherfucking ass. I hope so. That's a good get right spot for Jan. I love that, actually. I love that fight, bro. Yes, please stand there because I know how he's going to fight him too. He's going to be a tough guy with Jan, and Jan is going to light that motherfucker up. He's going to stand there with that high guard, and Jan is going to get his boxing going, and dude, he might be the first dude to knock him out. The dude takes a lot of punishment, man. You just ask him for with a sharp striker like that. Oh, of course not. Yeah, very funny. Jackie boy, you do not want Davy Grant to fight Piotr Jan. You know you don't. I mean, you already know I'm a huge Jan stan. I know you are Sir Lancelot of King Davy Grant's court, but I don't think your boy wants that smoke, dude. I know you do. I don't think Davy Grant does. Yup, man. Dude, people are talking so Canish about my boy Jan because he lost because he got wrestle fucked by Marab. That is the dude. He got wrestle fucked by the CEO, the new CEO of EPO. Yes, Usman's on EPO. So is Marab. Marab is running that shit. He is the fucking EPO kingpin, dude. So yeah, keep sleeping on my boy Jan. Keep sleeping on Jan, dude. I want y'all to. Bet the other way. Keep thinking Jan is washed. Yeah, match him up against Cheeto. Match him up against Davey. Get my boy another highlight reel knockout. God, that would be so crazy, dude. Oh my God. Man, please don't. Because I don't know who the fuck I would pick. That would be why. Honestly, dude, I think Grant would probably knock him out. I think Davey Grant would probably knock him out. Just Cody is like, you want to talk about somebody that's washed, dude. Cody is so like, I don't know, man. I don't like. I know he got it done last time, but dude, Davey swings too fucking hard. If Cody wrestles, he can beat him, but I would probably lean Davey in that one. It just fuck, dude. Yeah, I would hope so. I think that's fair too. Like minus 200 plus 175 for Cheeto or whatever it would be. I mean, that's the thing with Cody. He has decent head movement. He has decent defensive boxing when he wants to, but he just brawls too much, man. When he plants his feet. That's when if you have a Cody ticket or like you pick Cody, you just want to throw up because you know it's about to happen. When he plants his feet in that squared up stance to throw hooks, you just want to throw up. Oh God! Yeah, that was crazy, man. I don't know if you caught that part. I've never seen anything like that, where dudes just run like laps, lap after lap after lap, running around in circles around the outside of the octagon. That's crazy, dude. Yeah. But that's the recap, boys. That's the UFC San Antonio recap. Not incredible prediction results, but better than my betting results. Reverse sweep. So, yeah, I got to update this one. No, I'm down almost 4 units, but still less than $50. One good night. I'm due. Just like I was due for Highlander, I'm due for a good night of betting as well. So I'm not going to get too down. I'm not going to keep doing the same things I've been doing, but I'm not going to get discouraged either. But yeah, your boy got taken out behind the casino and got his ass beat. Decent predictions though. So let me check. I gotta check Tapology actually. I think I'm probably still at 63.2. I would imagine. It didn't go anywhere, but I don't think I lost any ground either because it was positive. Let me see though. Because yeah, 6-4, that's 60%. So I would think maybe it dropped a tenth of a percentage point, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see right now. Topology. Tapavan? No. Tapology. Tap out, bro. Affliction, bro. Tap in. Yep. Holding firm at 63.2. I need to update this banner. Edit 63.2. 595. Approaching 600, correct. UFC picks on Tapology, and 347. Holding at 63.2. So again, not the worst predictor. Not way better predicting than betting. Do not fucking tail me right now. I tell y'all not to do that anyway, but just don't do it. Not until I get back on track, and I just wouldn't do it anyway. I'm just not consistent enough. So I'm saying I'm just trying to work out these kinks, man. That's why I'm not betting a whole lot. I just want to see what I'm good at, see what I'm not good at, try and learn from my mistakes. Oh yeah. Dang. I was robbed. Oh yeah, I know. He was gonna smoke him, boys. He was gonna whoop that motherfucker. Yeah, dude. It's like it's crazy to think that like Davy Grant would beat him, but in the year 2023, yeah, I think it's possible. Yeah, I had a good year. I had a good 2022. Yep, I made just shy of 500 profit, just not knowing what the fuck I'm doing. But I played really fast and loose with it. Like I didn't bet crazy amounts of money, but I was definitely like, oh, just throw this little parlay together, throw that one, that prop, this prop. I feel like I've been overthinking this shit too much. I don't know, man. I just feel like I'm just like I'm making less plays overall, but it's like I was doing better when I was making more plays and just being a little more like I said, fast and loose with it, and just kind of like going with my instincts. I feel like this guy's gonna win. This year I feel like I've just been like really like, oh, I just want to just I'm gonna make a couple plays and I gotta make them good. And I feel like I'm overthinking it a little bit. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But again, I'm not down a crazy amount. I could be down like 20 units if I was that's the other thing. The other side of that coin is if I was playing like I was playing if I was betting the same amount that I was betting last year, I'd probably be down like 20 units right now instead of just 4, almost 4. So whatever, I can take a little silver lining from that. So yeah, we got a 2-week break, and I am ready for it. I am definitely ready for it. I'm gonna take a little break for the next couple days. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of a UFC break. I'm not gonna look at the card. I'm not gonna look at the fights. I'm just going to decompress, clear my mind, refocus. Heal up from the Mecca battles. Shout out to Mr. Arkansas, the Rabid Dog. It's the Mecca takes a toll on you, man. Yeah, gotta let my wounds heal. Get in the Boba Fett rehab chamber. Yeah, that's true. I could rob a bank too. I was hoping for the best, but anticipating the worst last week because it looked like a shit show to me. It did just fine. Nice. I'm not surprised. Nice. I've glanced at it, but I'm just not going to do that, man. I'm just gonna. I need to. I need to refocus myself. So I'm just gonna watch some movies, watch some TV shows. obviously take care of the shit I need to around here, and yeah, spend some time with the old lady. Sounds like a plan to me. So yeah, dude, I'm gonna wrap this up pretty soon. I need to go to the bathroom. Yeah, pee pee. So I'm gonna go do that, and then we will just bullshit for a little bit, and I'll get out of here. But I'll be right back. Alrighty. I don't know. I always do that to myself. Like, I need to be nice and hydrated for the stream. I just fucking slug water, and I always drink my coffee, and it's like, oh god, I gotta fucking piss like crazy. So sorry about that. Anyways, dude. Well, that is the lion's share of the stream right there. Talked about ARC's Mecca. Week 4 did that recap. Recapped UFC San Antonio. And that's pretty much it. Bullshit for a few more minutes. Talk about whatever. And then I'll leave y'all to it. The wife and I finished Poker Face last night. And the season finale was really fucking good. It was a good season overall. There were some episodes I liked more than others, but overall, I thought it was a pretty good season. It was a good story. Natasha Lyonne was really good in it, and the finale wrapped things up. It wrapped some things up, and then left the door open for some other things. But it maybe wrapped up isn't as good a word. It tied things up really well. I don't know. It tied things together well. Questions that I wanted answered, some of the things that I would like thought were being left out, they got like explained, and yeah. Tied the finale tied the season together really well. Yeah, enjoyed Poker Face. That was a Ryan Johnson vehicle. Probably know Ryan Johnson. He did Looper. He did Knives Out and the sequel. He's a good writer. Pretty good director too. He directed a couple of the episodes. It was well written, well produced, good acting, good story. Natasha Lyonne carried it. Obviously, she was pretty fucking good. Benjamin Bratt's good in it too. Good cameos, and like it's kind of an anthology in a way. Like there's a different storyline that kind of happens in each episode, but there's an overarching like character driven plot for Natasha Lyonne's character that was good. So it does kind of keep this story moving forward. So that was good. I have been enjoying The Mandalorian. I thought the last episode was pretty sick. Got another episode on Wednesday. So I'll be looking forward to that. I started, Jack, have you ever seen that show Strike? That private detective show? It's a British show. I've just started watching that. It's pretty decent so far. I've only got a couple episodes into it, but I'm enjoying it so far. I started that. But yeah, that's as far as TV. That's really all. I finished 1923. They're obviously going to make a second season of that, but I was a little disappointed with the finale. Overall, I thought the season was good, but the finale was like a little bit of a letdown. I thought what was the other one? The season finale, the second season of Mayor of Kingstown was awesome. The finale was a little bit of a letdown for me though. It wasn't terrible. I was just like expecting they left so many fucking cliffhangers. Considering all the shit that happened right before the finale, they just didn't like tie any of it up. It's just like it's still all open-ended except for like one thing. So I was like, okay. But I mean, they're obviously going to make another season of that. But I was just like, it was Mayor of Kingstown in particular was like almost too much of a cliffhanger, where it's like you didn't like fucking like resolve anything that was happening. But no, it was still pretty good. And 1923 was good too. Overall, I enjoyed it. But it was like I thought a little bit more was going to happen, considering what they had like were building up. There were some things where I was like, why is this still a part of the story? Or like, why are they focusing so much on this? But overall, I thought it was good. Enjoyed it. Yeah. Change this real quick. I really want to see Renfield. The wife and I do want to go see Dungeons and Dragons. It's getting pretty good reviews. It looks good. Chris Pine is really good in action comedies. Looking forward to that. And I actually think we're going to go see Dungeons and Dragons when the next time she gets paid. And there was another one I wanted to see. Let's see. Renfield, Dungeons. What was the fucking other one that looked good? Damn it. Fucking stoner. Fuck, I can't remember. Let me pull that up. Let me see. Upcoming movies. Oh, Super Mario Brothers. That's the other one. Super Mario Brothers looks sick. That's probably, I mean, I'm sure that's a bunch of people are looking forward to that. Especially like, dude, if you're a 90s kid, don't even fucking front like you don't want to see Super Mario Brothers. Just don't even front. I'm sure some want to see it more than others, but stop it. It looks awesome. It looks like they're doing it. The people that, it looks like the people that love those games, it looks like they're doing the fans justice. It's got an awesome voice cast. It looks like they pulled out all the stops for the animation. Like, it looks sick. It looks funny. It looks awesome. Like, we still need to watch. That's the other one. We need to watch the Sonic the Hedgehog sequel. The first one was good. The second one looks pretty good too. Well, yeah. That's just about it for me, boys. Probably gonna wrap this one up here in a couple minutes. Might just make it a. Yeah, probably won't even go 3.5 hours. But it's been a pretty good stream. There were 10 people in here at one point, so I do consider that the mark for a successful stream. You know, I feel like that's, if I can hit that every time, consider I only have like 200 subscribers, I feel pretty good about that. So yeah, appreciate everyone that came through. I'll turn the outro music on here in a second and get the fuck up out of here. Maybe fucking hit that one more time. So yeah, anyone got any final thoughts, final words? If not, you can fuck right off. No, I'm just playing, man. It was a good time. I hope y'all have a good week. If y'all are getting into the tape study and the breaking down of the fights, best of luck to you. I will start doing that probably on Thursday. Start checking out some of the interviews. That is one thing I want to maybe, like, not, again, I don't want to hang on the fighters every fucking word, but I definitely want to pay attention to if fighters are talking about retirement or things that sound like that. Shit that sounds like retirement talk. That's kind of what I want to pay attention to. But yeah. All right, boys and girls. It was another good one. Shout out to everyone that came through. Appreciate all the love and support I've been getting recently. Make sure you subscribe and check out all the channels that I told you to. Like this stream and subscribe to this channel. Please and thank you. Be great for me. But nah, man, for real, I do appreciate the support. Shout out to the Rabbit Dog, Mr. Arkansas. Shout out to everyone else. Hope y'all have a great week. Mecca Week 5 is coming up. I will have the banners and all the recap stuff ticking as I play us out here. But thanks again, man. I do appreciate it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I covered what I wanted to. It was a good stream. Had 10 people in here. Again, man, leave comments if y'all want to. Make sure y'all like the stream, subscribe, all that shit, man. Well, that's it for me, boys. This has been just my 2 cents, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace!